Well, guys and gals, I've decided I'm gonna actually start the gameplay because I'm actually playing this on the Retron 5. Alright, so you see here we got continue. I got my old file, probably because this was like a, I don't know, from like a previous playthrough. So chances are I was actually playing this with a different card at the time. And hold on, I'll be right back. I don't close the door. Yeah, apologies for that. I actually had to pause it for a moment. Well, you know what to say. I'm gonna just start a new game, start on Journal 2, go with the usual name. And I'm gonna go with text speed fast. Let's actually just watch the intro again. Dragon Lord somehow steals the sacred orb of light. Princess Laura gets stolen. Like skeleton soldiers and Drakis. Reminds me of Space Invaders for some reason. I don't know why. And yep. Since I'm literally playing this on a Retron 5, I'm actually playing this with an NES controller. You'd think I'd be playing with an SNES controller, but an NES controller is just as good, given the fact that the buttons are the same as the, I don't know, the equivalent of the Game Boy. So I don't have to worry about shoulder buttons. Also, let's just get out of here. Alright, so let's actually get started. Let's go straight to the equipment shop. I'm going to buy a bamboo pole. Get myself some cloth. And probably a leather shield. Yep, that's right. I'm going for the weaker things. Usually, I'd go straight to the starting point, go to the hillside, and just simply grind it out. Slimes, they're definitely worth something. Maybe 1 EXP, but 2 gold. I would probably just start grinding. I mean, let's face it, I'm level 1. And I don't really have that much of a good stats, I suppose. Maybe I can just go straight to the forest. Yeah, these are literally the forest areas. Red slime, aka shade slimes in the modern games. Probably good for gold grinding. And let's just go out a little bit. Yeah, honestly, red slimes are pretty decent in terms of starter EXP and gold, so I'd probably go with that. Alright, so we're going a little further out, so I'm gonna have to be a little careful because Spookies and the Drakis are a little faster. They have a better dodge chance. That's the thing, you have to be very careful. I might be getting avoidance, but that's just because my dodge chance is also just as good. And there we go, promote to level 2. Got the same stats as usual. Let's continue, because the thing is I definitely need to grind out the levels. Usually most people would just simply grind out off screen or something, but me, I'm just gonna grind out to level 3 because I think level 3 is where the player gets heal. I don't know if it's in the modern games they actually have a different different name. Also, if my screen looks a little my webcam looks a little different. That's probably just me switching to a different area. Mostly because my main area is just cluttered, and I'm just using the TV to actually watch this from the big screen. So chances are there's gonna be a lot more spaces compared to the last one. Although I could stretch the screen a bit. You know what? Maybe I'll actually do it, like make a border or something. Right, so let's see here. Checked underfoot. Nothing special. Oh, that reminds me. I need to go and get like a medical herb. Yeah, last time I remembered, like, I had all these, like, medical herbs and stuff, but that was just, like, completely, gone after I, like, decided to switch out from the, Retron Square. At least I have my torch, like, torch again. Compared to, like, last time. Let me see my gold. 40 gold. Okay, that's good. Alright, so... You have any more tracky? Oh, okay, we got a red slime. Let's see what we get out of that. And we still don't have the level for level 3. Will this Dracky actually help me out? Let's see what happens. Be around like maybe 4 or 5. Yeah, 5 HP damage. And hey, level 3. Max HP by 2, max HP by 4, meaning that I probably have heal right now. Yep, perfect. If I have heal, that means I can actually move out a little bit further without having to worry about stuff. Although, there's one problem. Even though I have like leveled up, I haven't like gained any MP back, so that's the thing. You have to go all the way back to the magic dude to give your like MP back. I mean, why bother going to the inn if you like have this guy? It's a lot more like effective. Plus, it's free. Although, if you're like outside of the area, I guess going to an inn would probably be a better choice. Now that we have like maybe 4 like 4 MP, at least we have like 2, I think. Hold on, let me cast. Oh no, I only have like at least 1 MP left. Or I guess in this case, 1 cast of heal, so I'm gonna have to be very careful. So by the logic, I would probably have to just buy myself like medical herbs. But that's the thing, when you grind your levels, you'll eventually get like better stats and like better spells. I think there's like one spell that allows you to illuminate caves without needing a torch. It's been a while, but I think there is. Just don't remember it though. Might actually have to go back and probably like check my other file. But for this like gameplay, I don't think I'll do it. I'll just simply like look around just to explore. But just in case you wanted to know, it says like 6 like gold a night. Depending on the like city, it'll probably be a lot more than that. So let's see if I can actually just explore this a little bit. Yeah. It's gonna be a little difficult to actually do anything. And lighting. That's the problem with lighting these days. Not enough lighting because the room is like horribly designed. Especially when you got like a room that only has 1 window. But let me just go back to get myself like a dragon scale. I think there's like a certain amount of like items you can have before it like gets full. Let me just check. Oh yeah, that's definitely it. Since we only have like 8 more gold, I'll just simply use a torch. I mean, like I'll simply buy a torch. Also, I'm not doing this like with a script. I'm just doing this like completely like raw dogging it. Okay. Apparently using a dragon scale actually allows you to do a little equipment, so basically you have like about 3 inventories just for like 1 weapon, 1 armor, 1 shield. I'm not sure if there's the helmet, but that's just it. And then you got like 1 item for a dragon scale. The rest, I think it could be used for torches or something. So chances are, all we need to do is just simply grind our like levels, or like money, and that's just simply it. Hold on, let me something's not right. Yeah, something wasn't right. I thought like I wasn't like recording for some reason. Just make sure this is actually properly. Yeah. OBS Studio sometimes a little finicky on like a smaller screen. But yeah, let me show you the poison marsh. If I'm like careful not to get myself killed off. Right? Drake's been taken out. Let's just see right here. I am too used to like having my other computer. Well, actually just my other desk. I'm just like using another desk here. Alright, so basically one of the NPCs we're talking about a bridge where like monsters are a lot more powerful. But if you go to like down over here, you'll notice a red slime. No. Also, you know, I've noticed one thing about like the background. That's actually the cool thing about like what they added to the newer games. Is simply the background. Plus, the newer games made everything a little bit better. They also renamed everything. Also, this is basically what they were talking about, the poison bogs or marshes. They literally like give you like damage. So if you're not careful, if you just walk around without like a single care or casting like a, I don't know, it's called step guard or something, you might end up like eventually being careless, and then, I don't know, you'll be too weak to be able to fight monsters, and next thing you know, they won't allow you to escape and you basically get killed off. Nobody wants that. Alright, level 4. Max MP 7 and HP 7. Strength, well... Hey, cool! And Fireball. Although, I think they name it Sizz or Sizzle or something in the newer versions. Yeah. And here we are. This is a poison bog that's a little more dangerous because it leads to a cave that goes like, probably like south. Ooh, and we got a scorpion to deal with. Uh-oh. Oh god. I gotta get out of here. Nope. Too dangerous. Can't go there. Yeah, if it like hits too hard and you're like low in HP, you're gonna end up like taking some pretty heavy hits. And I wouldn't recommend it either. That's why it's better to like slowly work on training yourself, level up your stats, and make sure you're like ready for like whatever it is. And don't forget, if you have enough gold, make sure to like upgrade your armor, cause that stuff is gonna actually help on the long run. Even though chances are like it really depends on like what you're fighting. In the weaker areas, like the starter area, armor's gonna probably help out. But in later on in the other areas, I don't think it's gonna be like mostly armor. You're gonna probably have to like use your wits on this one. And I mean, think carefully, because even with like good armor, without proper like spells or proper like items or something, you're gonna end up like having a lot more trouble. Because the monsters, they are gonna be brutal. Especially if you're like in like Charlock Castle, which is basically where the Dragon Lord hides. I would highly like I don't know, learn how to play the game. And unlike in the newer versions, like the remakes, they got like Dragon Quest, they got like Dragon Quest and like Draconian Quest, which is basically difficulties. These games, their difficulties is already set. So, unless you're actually good at the game, you're gonna have some trouble. And I wouldn't like screw around either. Alright, I only have like 42 gold, so... Let's see here. Yeah, you're gonna need a key to go through this. This thing is pretty much the vault, if I remember correctly. You know, I go to the town like, what's this? I know this is Tantagel Castle. There's another one. What's it called? It's not Ossifair, that's in Dragon Quest 2. This place actually has a name, but I just completely forgot what it is. Welcome to the town of Tantagel. Oh. So this is the town of Tantagel and that's the castle, so therefore logically, it's literally separated compared to the old game. I mean the newer versions. Also, I think I remember something from like years ago from a previous playthrough. I think this person, if you go in here, gives you like some sort of like item. I think it's to ward off monsters, but it's not that useful, especially if you go into like Charlotte Castle later in the game. Because those monsters are pretty rough. So, yeah. Holy water, or whatever it's called, it's not gonna help you that much. Maybe for like weaker enemies like slimes or something, but for tough enemies like Knight Abhorrence and stuff, or I guess in this case they were called like Mad Knights or Red Knights or something. It's been like a couple of years. Well, more like a couple of months. But they will like be brutal. Especially you got like green dragons, blue dragons. I think there's some red dragons? I'm not sure. Luckily there's no black dragons. But that's just RuneScape for you. The XP is like at 57. Guard is at 5. I think that might have to do with the shield. Let me see. Attack. Nope. Oh yeah, that's definitely something else. Also, the fun thing about like this version, you can record your quests in a field log, which is basically the equivalent of having a temporary save file. So, meaning that if you were to lose your save file for some reason, even though I can't guarantee that because I could be wrong 100%. But you can literally just like take a break just by like pressing pause and like putting yourself on a field log, so you can like, I don't know, if your battery is low, you can't go to the king, which the king is basically your only save file, like save point, compared to like modern games where you actually have these priests all over the place. So yeah, you either have to go all the way back via like a warp wing, or I think what's it called, like a Chimera's wing, or I think the return spell, which I think they give it like a different name, although I'm not sure. Still could be like something different. And just simply save with the king there. Yeah, the old games, they were completely different compared to the newer games, and honestly, the newer generations, I will give them like well, I can sound like a little boomerish for saying that they're lucky that they can like do anything currently, but back in the days things were a lot harder, so it's a little boomerish, but when you think about it and you compare like what happened back then compared to now, it's like giving people like easy mode access. Seeing that like I've basically gotten whatever I need to do, I think I'm gonna just take a careful look at the equipment like store just to see if there's anything good. Let's see here. You know what? As much as I want to cheat, which I can do on the Retron 5, nah, I'd rather like just simply grind it out. But yeah, maybe I'll actually do a lot of grinding, simply for the gold as well as the levels. Mostly because the thing is, It's mostly you just like grind your gold, grind your levels, get better equipment, and then eventually get all the equipment that needs to be done. Basically, you have to like fight one knight to get some armor. You gotta fight a dragon to get the whatchamacallit? Get the princess, if I remember correctly. And then I don't know. After all that, you have to find like something else. What was it? I think it was I think it was like a sigil or like a token, if I remember correctly. I think. So most of the like time you'll be grinding out this like game just to get like any progress. But yeah, if you're new to the game, go into this cave, which is basically has no monsters. It's just a little bit of a maze. Meaning that it'll like teach you like what you have to do, and then you just simply go out for like a quest, which I kind of think it makes sense that's called Dragon Quest. Even though you're not really a dragon, you actually have to like go out a quest anyway. Plus, it's actually pretty cool because it's always like about dragon stuff. I mean, you got like Dragon Lord. You actually have to like ride on a bird, and also have to like go through a dragon just to like beat the last boss in the game for Dragon Quest 3. It's kind of cool thinking about it. And plus, this version of Dragon Quest 2 is pretty brutal, so maybe like after Dragon Quest 1 I'll probably like Dragon Warrior 1 I'll probably like try out like Dragon Warrior 2. And honestly, I'm kind of glad they remade it. At least, like, if you play the modern games, they'll actually flesh out the storyline a little bit. So compared to like current state, it's not that good. All you got like is just a simple cutscene where like the dragon just takes a strange orb. The princess has been kidnapped. It's like saying, "Oh yeah, Bowser took the orb," and then all of a sudden Mario has to like save the princess again. You know, now that I think about it, that would be pretty cool as a drawing. Mario's in like knight's gear based on the Dragon Quest series. Princess is basically Princess Gwaelin, or Princess Laura. And the Dragon Lord's actually Bowser. But since this is mostly just me needing to grind out a few levels as well as gold, I think I'm gonna call it an episode. So yeah, thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one. I'm gonna actually enjoy this. It's like going back to like I don't know, high school, I guess. Either way, y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.